So uh, at Opensea, we kind of deal with a new type of digital asset, a very experimental space at the moment, mostly kind of the early adopter territory, but we're dealing with essentially people creating non-fungible digital assets on blockchains. And at the moment, we've been focused on the Ethereum blockchain, but there are other blockchains that are kind of emerging as interesting places to house these assets as well. As many of the viewers are probably familiar with, the first project to really make a splash in the space as a blockchain-based digital asset was CryptoKitties back in 2017, and that economy went through. It was, very much a fun experiment and went through its own bubble. But after that, people started getting really interested in, what are the unique things that happen when you decide to put these digital assets on a public ledger versus inside of more of a private game economy. And what that has led to has been this kind of interesting mishmash between people building new virtual worlds from the ground up based on these new types of digital ownership, as well as the crypto art space starting to emerge as kind of an interesting area where people are experimenting with what it means to own a digital asset and sort of the longevity of a digital asset over time. Um, and then just sort of a grab bag of other sorts of digital assets. So things like domain names could be represented on blockchains. Even folks who are tying physical assets to digital representation on chain, allowing them to be traded and then withdrawn for that physical asset. So the space we're operating in is it's a lot earlier, it's a lot more nascent, a lot more experimental, but we think there's a lot of interesting things that happen when you represent these assets in sort of a publicly verifiable way that allows sort of an ecosystem of marketplaces and experiences to exist around them.